As a barber, I get to engage with people from all walks of life. Some young, some old. And our conversations that we have in the barbershop or from the barber chair is they vary. You know, some clients like to come in and talk about sports. Some come in and you know, talk politics. Some come in and we have conversations about spirituality, and some conversations are just on a personal basis. But one of the conversations that I've had many times was the conversation of depression, and me having a daughter who is living and coping with depression is a conversation that always tends to grab my attention.
Having a sister that, you know, she's shaped the way she is. That's the way society wants people to look. And then you have me. Yeah, you know, people be like, oh yeah, you're cute, da, da, da. But at the end of the day, what you're saying to me isn't registering in my head. In my eyes, I see a deformed person. That's how I used to see myself. And that caused a lot. And then all this right here, you know, used to be hunchback. Like, that used to play with my mind.
I'm Ty Berkeley, and Everyday Encouragement is my ministry. I've always tried to be the light in the dark room. I always like to be, you know, the hope, because, you know, I seen a lot of stuff growing up, some good stuff, and then I also experienced some not so good stuff. But the thing about that was a lot of the not so good stuff that I experienced is kind of what thrust me into trying to be help for somebody else. Because I never wanted people to feel some of the thoughts and some of the things that I felt growing up as a child. And honestly, I believe that's kind of what started Everyday Encouragement. People know me for encouragement, but what people didn't know was growing up, you know, I dealt with depression. Me and my brother. My sister, she grew up with us, but she stayed more so with my uncle and aunt. And so my grandmother raised us, you know. My mom, she was there, but she was kind of in and out. She was battling her addiction at the particular time. And so it kind of left me in a space where, yeah, I was in the house, you know, but again, there was only so much that my grandma could do. And, you know, my brother was there, but I still didn't, you know, really know how to open up. And my father died, you know, I think when I was like 10. So, you know, it really kind of left some dark areas of my life. They kind of, you know, sunk me into like a dark place. You know, I was always happy, I was always helpful, but deep down inside, you know, I was hurting. I was hurting because I couldn't seem to understand like why this was happening to me. You know, why couldn't I grow up with both of my parents? You know, why when when I played sports and I look in the stands, I couldn't see somebody there for me. Don't get me wrong, I had great friends, I had, great family, and my grandma did the best that she could do, but, that thing and those type of thoughts, lingered with me for a long time,
Right.
like all the way up until, if I'm honest, until I'm like in my mid-20s,
Right.
and I'm just grieving my dad at the top of this year.
Right.
So, as encouraging as I am, it's because I never wanted people to kind of feel like the mental turmoil and the mental pain that a person feels that you don't know kind of how to express it. You don't understand how many people that your life affects.
Right.
And me dealing with it and thinking about it to myself, I'm like, well, I don't feel like, I affect that many people. But, to them, they saw it differently. I believe that people need encouragement every day. It may not be the same person, but somebody needs encouragement every day. Because the truth of the matter is, life is throwing a lot of stuff at people. And most of the stuff that is thrown at people not talking about it. We hide our pain like I did.
Right.
Behind, I'm good, I'm fine. And the truth of the matter is, we really hurting behind a lot of that stuff. I know that I couldn't have been the only one dealing with that. So in my mind, it's like every day somebody needs to know that they're cared for. Somebody needs to know that they're loved. And that's what I commit my life to, because I know somebody out there somewhere that needs to know that, you know what, you can get through this. I got through it, so I believe that somebody else can get through it too. Even when it feels as though you're by yourself or nobody understands, understand that somewhere along the line that you're affecting somebody, and people need you. People need your whatever it is that you bring to the table. It may not be what everybody else brings to the table, but when you take understanding and appreciation that, it's something that I do that makes a difference in this world, and lock into it, you'll realize and begin to appreciate that, life is worth living, and somebody will be better because you didn't give up.